What's up guys, Part-Time Gamer Dad here, and today we are unboxing the PlayStation Portal. The PlayStation Portal came out in November of 2023, so it's been out about 9 months almost. It's something I wanted to get when it first released. I was working on some life goals and paying off some debt, so didn't get it at that time. Also, heard a lot of reviews at that time that it wasn't accomplishing a lot of the things that I would have hoped to have been using it for at the time of release, but now with some of the most recent firmware updates and the fact that they're updating more regularly, we've seen 2 major updates roll out over the last couple of months. I thought it was time to go ahead and buy one. They had them in my local Target, so we snatched one up, and today we're going to unbox the PS Portal. So before we unbox the Portal, I just kind of want to give you a little bit of context around what the Portal actually is. If you are interested in kind of playing your PlayStation 5 games on the go, this is a great way to do that. Now, it's not native, so you are streaming to this PlayStation Portal via remote play from your PlayStation 5. You do have to own a PlayStation 5 to be able to use this. However, a lot of the issues that we've seen regarding Wi-Fi connectivity and streaming has been resolved, because that was kind of the initial issue. A lot of people saw this as a poor man's Switch. A lot of people almost kind of saw it as the Wii U's gamepad from back in the day. But now with a lot of those issues resolved, it is a great time to purchase it. It's only $200, which I know it sounds like a lot, but for you to be able to play the games that you already have downloaded on your PlayStation 5, wherever you are, is a great resource. You do have to be connected to Wi-Fi, and the stronger the Wi-Fi, the better the connection rate and the less lag you'll have, but there will inherently be a little bit of lag because it is a remote play handheld. The other one thing to note is that if you're gonna use the PlayStation Portal, your PlayStation 5 does have to be in rest mode, so you won't be able to actually turn on your PlayStation 5 from the Portal, but that's okay. If you get the settings to always be in the rest mode, you should be fine. Just make sure you tell your wife and kids when you go out of town, like I'm going to have to soon, not to turn off the PlayStation all the way, so you can just log in and play whatever you want. The one thing I always love about unboxing Sony things is just the packaging. I think it's really great, really high quality. So pulling this out of the box, and right away, again, great quality, and there's this little tab up here to pull out the actual Portal itself. As we pull it out, again, like I said, great branding, great quality. It's got the PlayStation logo on there. And then we also have a little nick right there in the box, so it's easy to open, easy to access. And as we pull that out, we get the PlayStation Portal. I'm going to pull it out of this cellophane real quick so you guys can get the initial, things are just falling all around me. You guys can get the initial look at what it actually looks like, because it has a really unique design, I think. It is actually, it kind of makes me think of like Joy-Cons in a way that they took the DualSense controller, so you're still gonna get that haptic feedback like you would just using a standard controller, but it's got almost like a split Joy-Con. However, it is connected all the way across the back, so it's like an extended PS5 controller, which is really great with the haptic feedback. And feeling in my hands, it's really ergonomic. I think something that's really interesting is the screen is 8 inches, so it's notably bigger than like a Switch, and as well as a Steam Deck, both of which I own. Which, when I gave you my first thoughts, this is just the unboxing video, just my initial reaction to seeing this finally in person. We'll kind of dive into if I think that that's a positive, whether I think it's negative, or whether it's negligible. But right off the bat, I can tell you that this feels really good. Now, something to note is that these joysticks here are smaller than like a standard PS5 controller. And for comparison, for just a like-for-like comparison, I do have the PS5 controller here, and you can see, even from that far away, that it's very marginal. However, it is noticeably smaller on the PlayStation Portal. So something to consider if you really care about the size. It might be worth looking at getting some extenders or some grips on there. But I will say, just like feeling it myself, it doesn't feel negative. It doesn't feel distracting on how small those joysticks are. So what I want to do now is kind of walk through all the buttons and just what's on the actual Portal itself. When I eventually review my first thoughts on the Portal and kind of give you my overall sentiment on this handheld, we'll kind of show how it performs. But for now, let's just kind of look at what features it does and does not have from an actual hardware perspective. So to begin, I want to talk about all of the buttons and all the hardware that you find on the system itself from the outside. When I review my sentiments and my thoughts on the actual Portal itself, we'll kind of dig into like how it performs and kind of get a look at the actual screen in motion. But to give you an idea of like what's actually on the console or the handheld itself, we'll start with just what the buttons are on the actual device. So like I mentioned, this is essentially an extended PlayStation 5 DualSense controller. So as such, you have all the same buttons, the directional pads and the 2 joysticks. Your PlayStation button that you would standardly find on the middle of just a normal PS5 controller, that's going to be found here on the left-hand side of the actual PlayStation Portal. Over here, you'll also have a mute button similar to the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller as well. On top, you'll have your power button, you'll have your volume buttons, and then there's this button right here that has 2 little like cones or 2 little arrows. And that's actually the PlayStation Link button that allows you to connect to PlayStation branded first party earbuds and headsets like the Pulse. Now, here's kind of the issue when it comes to audio. Bluetooth is not supported on the PlayStation Portal, and I think that is a huge miss. It would be nice if you were able to utilize any of your favorite earbuds or headsets or headphones on the PlayStation Portal. However, that capacity is not currently available. However, as a result of that, PlayStation, Sony did something I think that is a decent compromise for now. There's a little piece, there was a little piece of like lint or something on here. But you'll notice right in here, there is actually a headphone jack. So you can put in a hard line in some headphones if you'd like. And then this is where the power connects in so that you're able to charge the PlayStation Portal as well. So that's kind of like the first look, the unboxing of the PlayStation Portal. I'm very excited to get started on it. I think my wife and eldest daughter are on their way home from the hairstylist. It's like 9:30 at night, guys. My daughter has a lot of hair. She had to get a lot of stuff done. So while I still have time, I'm going to connect it to my PlayStation, and I'm very excited for you guys to see my thoughts on the PlayStation Portal here in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to go take it on a business trip. We'll see how it works on that. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Make sure you like the video if you haven't already. Make sure you comment down below. Do you have a PlayStation Portal? Do you like it? Do you not like it? And if you do or don't like it, let me know why. I'm very curious about other gamers' experiences with this device. And also make sure that if you aren't already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you like video games, if you like pro wrestling, or the occasional parent humor, any of those things at all, and a little bit more, then you're in the right place. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you very soon.